I wanted to talk about Monique and her son. And, I was going to make a video about Monique and her daddy, but I'm going to pass on that one because I'm really becoming no longer a fan of Monique's. I did enjoy the Cat Williams interview, and I did do a couple of videos on that. I think I did 2 on that. And, I made a lot of good points, so please check those out. And please give me a thumbs up on all my videos. And, but this latest thing of her going on tour and telling everyone, making her eldest son the butt of her jokes, saying, some old lady in the airport told her, fuck him, and she's repeating that on stage. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's all kinds of sick. A mother should not speak that way about her child. I would never. I have one daughter that's not speaking to me right now, and I would never say that about her. I'm not going to say that there's been moments when I said it to myself, just out of pain of the situation or anger, but I don't say it to other people, and I definitely wouldn't say it in public. But he was, the boy simply commented, well, he's a man now, but still. Apparently, she never paid attention to him when he was a kid because she was too busy building her career, and she would just throw money at him. Well, you see, these kids don't want your money. They want your time, okay? So between doing shows and commitments, she even admitted so herself in the Cat Williams interview that she was fucking around a lot. She said she slept with a whole bunch of people, which is time she should have been spending with her son, or at least dividing with her son, okay? So she would just throw money at him, and she actually didn't become a mother until she married her daddy, and now they have 2 sons, so now all of a sudden she's this dedicated mother. So, that's wrong. That's just wrong for her to, she should be trying to make it up to this kid instead of acting like she's doing him some kind of favor. You know what I mean? I mean, she was texting back and forth with him, and she showed everyone those texts. I mean, who does that? Only a sick person would do that. My daughter and I, the one that doesn't speak to me anymore, well, for now anyway. Hopefully one day she will. But that's a whole long story, which I've told the whole story in other videos. So check them out. But we used to have text wars. I mean, we would text back and forth, and it got nasty. Not with curse words, but it got nasty in the sense that it got very aggressive and stuff. But I would never show those texts to anyone because I don't want my daughter to look bad in other people's eyes. Why? Because I love my daughter. Because I appreciate my daughter. Because I know that I have a part in whatever goes on with my daughter. So I take responsibility for my actions too, and apparently Monique takes no responsibility for her actions with her son. Now, she said something about, and I hate when people say this, the universe is going to work this out. The universe, nothing. First of all, it's not the universe, it's God, okay? And second of all, you have to put effort into it. Now, you're supposed to be the mother, the more mature person in the relationship. You're supposed to guide that child. Always, I don't care how old they are. People say, well, he's grown. I don't care if he's grown. You are always a mother. When you're a good mother, you are always a mother. Always a good mother. And you always try to correct your children and show them to the way in life. I just called my one of my granddaughters the other day and was giving her some advice and direction and some help. I sent her some money because she needed it for something. She's 22 years old. My other granddaughter, she's 31, but I give her advice. And my daughters, one is 46, the other one's 47, and I have corrected them, basically put my foot up their ass when they were going in the wrong direction. So, yeah, I mean, you are always, if you care about your children. Now, there's some parents that don't care about their children, don't love their children. And I just made 2 videos on that, so check those out. But yeah, I just think it's disgusting. I really do, and I'm really no longer a fan. And the thing that really pissed me off was when she brought Daddy into it. A mother should leave the conversation between her and her son. Don't drag in this guy. I don't care who he is. I don't care if he's known the kid all their life and he's considered an uncle. I don't care. She was talking to her son. She should have responded to her son by herself, but then she lets Sydney talk for her, and then Sydney, not only on the thing that she put out to the public, but Sydney also jumped on the phone with this guy and was telling him all this kind of stuff. You need to be a man and blah, blah. Shut up. Get the hell out of my face. I want to talk to my mother. I want to talk to you. So, Monique has some deep emotional problems that she needs to fix. And she's always looking for people's approval and validation. And that speaks to complex trauma, if you want to look that up. And I know it speaks to complex trauma because I have complex trauma. And I deal with it, and but I'm working on myself avidly. So she needs to take responsibility, and it's up to her to make this right. It's up to her because she made it wrong in the first place. She was not there for him as a boy, which happens in a lot of families. But you still need to take responsibility, and she still needs to make it up to him. I don't care if she has to make it up to him for the rest of his life. Oh well, you chose to be a mother. He didn't choose to be your child. You chose to be a mother. Now you have a lot of women out here that were in the audience agreeing with her. Oh yeah, he's grown. Blah blah blah. Well, those are a bunch of bad mothers too, and you know how rampant that runs. There's a lot of bad mothers that they all agree with each other. Well, I did the best that I could. Don't you know that I did the best that I could? No, you didn't. No, you didn't. And until you take responsibility for not doing the best that you could, I honestly did the best that I could, but was I short on, did I fall short? Sure. I absolutely fell short. I was too young to have 2 little girls. I was very immature. I was very ignorant. I wasn't aware that I was married to a narcissist. I didn't even know what the hell a narcissist was when I was married to one. And I didn't know why he would get pissed off all the time. I kept trying to change myself so we could have a peaceful home, but he would never leave us. He would never leave me alone. He was always bullying me, and it was just a very bad environment for my girls to grow up in. But I thought that I was doing the best with that situation now. But as an adult, now I apologize to them. I'm sorry. I was ignorant. I didn't know what emotional abuse was. I didn't know that this would affect you guys. I was read in magazines, and they kept telling me that it was the 80s, and they kept telling everyone that, the best thing you could do was stay with the father of your children because the children come out all messed up if you get a divorce, blah, blah, blah. And so I bought it. I bought that philosophy that was their father, and that, I just had to stay for the kids, for the sake of the kids. I told myself, you know what? You have these kids, you have to see this through. But now I know differently. I apologize to them, and yes, I will spend the rest of my life making it up to them. And that's fine with me because I love them very much, and I want the best for them. And I still send my daughter messages, the one that doesn't speak to me. I still text her. I don't know if she has me blocked or not. It doesn't come back as blocked. But I tell her I love you and I miss you. I send her videos. I send her inspirational messages. And, I just continue to be her mother. And that's what you need to do, especially now they said something about him, this boy having mental health problems. Well, it's probably because of the mother relationship, because that's the most important relationship we have, at least at the beginning of our lives.